Not sure what happened there. What's the motherfucking deal? Welcome to the den. Just about crazy like this. Oh, that's fine. Hope all of you are doing well. I hope everybody is in good spirits. There we go. All right, cool. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. And if you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the internet whenever we have that conversation. Here to talk about education tonight, the American education system, something like that. And what's wrong with it? Can it be fixed? Is it downhill? We'll get into all that. But before we get into that, we got to talk about something a little bit more important, and that is you, those of you who are here this evening joining us. I see Mr. John from New York. I will check that email, sir. What to do 713, aka man up. What's the motherfucking deal? D Kenobi, always good to see you, sir. And so, Scotty, what's up with you, bro? Come here, come on. What do you want? I have no food for you. I don't even know why you're in here. There is no food. You only come in here for food. Put your paw down, I'm not gonna beat you. What do you want? You want me to touch you? You're so fat. Anyway, for some reason the dog is in here. Don't know why, but he's here. So like I said, we're going to talk about a couple of things. I think this is a multi-tiered thing. Is it the curriculum? Is it the teachers themselves, the personnel that they're hiring? Is it the students making a problem? And I think that, like I said, it's many angles in which you could look at this, because I think everybody's to blame. I think the parents are also to blame, because I don't think parents value education as much. Come on. What do you want? What do you? All right, look, you're an attention whore. All right, everybody. Scotty wants to make an appearance. He's on the camera. You got dirt in your eye. You got dirty eyes right there. What do you want? All right. Scotty's on. Look, there you are, Scotty. Look at yourself on the TV. There you go. Do you feel special now, huh? Do you feel loved and appreciated? All right, now get out. I don't know what you want. Really? You're just gonna sit here? Anywho, so like I said, I think there's a multi-tiered thing, and that we got to look at multiple angles. So I got a couple of videos. And I will make sure this Sunday we do have a Sunday. Come on, you can't be interfering with the equipment, Scotty. Now look, it's one thing. Put the headphones on. You want to feel special? There you go. Put the headphones on. And now you've done important things. Good job. Now, there's dog hair in my headphones. I think I got me a confession for this Sunday's confessions when I actually do them. So, I moved a bunch of stuff around, so I hope all the folders fucking do everything properly. And I still don't have enough room. I've been downloading all of the videos from the sports channel. I still need to finish the den. I'm not even halfway through with all the den videos, and I don't even have enough fucking terabytes. I should have went and got the 12 terabytes instead of the 6. I thought it was going to be enough, but I was incorrect. Let's see. Boop. I don't know the background. Where's the background of that? Do. Okay, that's fine. All right, cool. Let's switch it up. Make sure I got it right. The fuck is Mr. Bill doing on the fucking camera? Yeah, you can't really see him because his head's yellow. Just put you over there. All right, so Holly, how are you doing? Jeremiah, what's the motherfucking deal? The Texans are terrible. I don't even know if I want to talk about this. I do want to talk about the Texans this week because some old friends are coming to town after they got rid of a very long tenured Texan. But I don't want to talk about that. Let's say that for the sauce if I talk about that. Like I said, I got a couple of videos, and I think these are all elements of what's going on in the school system right now that I personally find to be an issue, right? And so, let me make sure I get this. Oh, I got two real crazy commercials. I haven't really fully watched them, but I'm gonna share them with y'all before we open up the lines. But yeah, they're really, really, really crazy. Where's the folder with school stuff in right here? All right, so we're just gonna look over a few different videos, and like I say, these mentalities, these behaviors, and these thoughts. And I got a couple of websites too, because I think that it's very important that we look at all of this. But let's just start with this. This is something we've talked about a lot with teachers who seem to find that it's their priority to talk about things like this as opposed to, you know, educating the kids. We'll start off with this one right here.
So I have one of my students here, and I wanted to answer this question for you all. What do I do, or what do you do if you mess up and say Miss Roby or Mrs. Roby? What happens then?
Then I'll just say Teacher Roby.
What do I say sometimes if you mess up sometimes?
Teacher Roby.
I just say Teacher Roby, and then what happens after that?
And then I say it.
And we just move on?
Yeah.
There's really not anything, it's not a big deal.
No.
Do I ever hurt your feelings if you mess up?
No.
Okay. But overall, how do you feel about calling your teacher Teacher Roby?
Fine.
Is it weird?
No.
You're cool with it?
Yep.
What do you have to say for all the people who think it's weird?
Stay at the comments.
Stay out the comments. Let them know. Okay, Alana, I love it. So I have one of my...
That's the one. Yes, the lock appropriation has me very upset. Scotty, what do you think? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. All right, good job, Scotty. You did your part. But like, one, why include your students in this? Because this is not the only video from her. And this is why I say the indoctrination is real, okay? And it's very real. Shout out to Libs of TikTok. I am a fan, if you're on the Twitters. It's a very interesting follow. All right. Let's check this out, and then I'll kind of speak on this non-binary teacher up. So I wonder if you like, since if that's the non-binary thing, you have your friends outside of your job identify you as your employment. Hey, Teacher Roby, you want to hang out tonight? Like, get the fuck out of here.
All right, let's try this. 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
Good. So like I said, a lot of people have a question because I'm a non-binary teacher. So to my 4th grade class, what do you guys call me?
Teacher Roby.
And y'all are cool with that?
Yes.
Exactly. It's that simple. All right, let's try this.
Do they have a choice? Do they have a choice to not be cool with that, right? And again, thank you, Miss Holly S, for the super chat love. And Scotty also appreciates it. Scotty, as long as you're in my lap, you're getting used for stream leverage. Don't look at me like that. But like I say, this I don't understand why addressing, you know, because then they say gender and sexuality and, you know, these are all different things. Like, look, bro, I'm of a certain belief. I was raised to believe a certain way, and I'm going to continue believing that certain way. Y'all can try to come with all the faux pseudoscience that you want to try to say, oh, this and that and the third. And like, unless you're like a real hermaphrodite, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, you know, I got to put some respect on your name. But if you are, is the camera in front of the thing? What am I doing with myself? What am I doing with myself? And it's just like, then, you know, then you got like a legitimate conversation to be had. But if you're just out there, I'm feeling this way, that I'm not here to play the games, bro. Like, I have no time, concern, or willingness to play the games. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to address you as what you look like. I'm from Texas. I'm going to say, ma'am. I'm going to say, sir. And if those things offend you, you know, and you know that I'm generally being polite and you just got some other, that's a you problem, right? That's a you problem. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to play the game. I don't have time to try to identify. You look like a man. You look like a woman. I'm not going to sit here and dissect. Excuse me. I'm only going to engage with you for 34 seconds of my entire life. But I need to know. So you want me to spend more time trying to identify and discover what your pronouns and gender bias preference, all this other shit is, more than I will ever spend time having a conversation with you. I'm not going to do it. It's stupid. But anyway, we're talking about the school, and we're talking about teachers who feel like it's important to, you know, push this shit on the kids. I've shown lots of videos where they have these coming out. I came out to my children. you know what? You stay in the closet when it comes to the goddamn kids, all right? That's none of their damn business. Like, that's a parent thing. But you have these teachers who feel like it's their business, it's their priority to overtake parents and what the parents want or may not want to discuss with their children. And well, I deal with these kids. You didn't have these kids. You don't financially support these kids. Once these kids are out of your classroom for your little hour a day, or depending on if they're an elementary student, you have way more time, which is really bad. They're not your kids. But the thing is that these parents, these teachers have, 15, 20, maybe 30, depending on what school district you're in, kids in a classroom, and they have the ability to indoctrinate in mass, right? They have the ability to force their opinions in mass. And then the kids go home, depending on whether or not the parents are actively involved in their school life, and they have to deal with that. Then they have to have a whole nother conversation that they may not want to have yet. They may not feel like it's necessary. But you got this group in this society that feel like kids should just be able, as soon as they're born, to do whatever the fuck they want. Kids are idiots, okay? Grown-ups are idiots. Like, everybody's stupid, but kids are really, really stupid because they haven't had the experience in knowing how to deal with life and how to do the basics. And they should be allowed to do whatever they want, but yet they're totally dependent on you, right? If that's the case, bring back child labor. Make the kids do the minimum wage job. Like, if that's the case, we're just gonna let kids do whatever and whatever. You're just supposed to financially support them, and they don't have to do anything, right? That's like what a lot of people. You have their people, their entities in their self. They should be able to do it. I just saw something prior to getting on about. I thought it was something completely different. And I'm sure there's some woke niggas out there who would get mad because it's called this. It was in England, I believe, or overseas in that area. And they were calling it nappy consent. And I was like, what? Are we having a black hair debate? Are we having consent about we're forcing perms on people? But it had nothing to do with that. It was actually talking about diapers. And that you should have to get your child's consent, an infant's consent to change their fucking diaper. I'm not going to ask consent for a little numbskull who wants to run around poopy, or the little motherfuckers don't know how to do it themselves. What do? They take the fucking diaper off and leave it somewhere randomly. No, you're going to change the kid's diaper and go on. I'm like, hey, kid, are you feeling like having your diaper changed? I can smell the shit from here. You want to change your nappy? No, you don't change that motherfucker. And everybody's going to be better for it. Like, you're not going to have the diaper rash and the infections and anything else that come with your kid running around. Shit, and the smells, right? Like, this is the thing. This is how smart. This is how stupid smart people are, right? This is where they've gone. They've gotten so intelligent that, yes, the child is an entity of itself and it should have say-so in its own life. We need consent for diaper changes. Get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you've gone way too far. But anyway, like I said, you got these with these teachers who try to push this type of stuff on the kids, right? So that's one thing that is a problem with the education system. Because now, depending on where you may be, they prioritize this over actually teaching the kids, right? And then, we can talk about behaviors and some beliefs, right? This isn't the first video. We showed a video the other day, and me and Dan have spoken a couple of times when he called in about the guy saying that telling kids to sit down or to be disciplined, to be behaved in class, to not be speaking in class is white supremacy. Well, he is obviously not the only person of that belief, right? So check it out.
Hey, so if you're getting a lot of disrespect in your classroom and you're worried about backtalking, this one is for you. So truthfully, backtalking is just this made-up concept, because this is what happens when someone who we think is inferior to us treats us like an equal, or questions oppression, or sometimes even just shares an opinion of theirs. So when we tell our students not to talk back, we're just enforcing this hierarchy in our classroom that places us at the top and our students at the bottom. And the students who are most often placed at the bottom of this hierarchy are our Black and brown students, especially our Black and brown girls. So if we don't want our students to internalize the inferiority that we're projecting onto them, then we need to stop policing the way that they talk to us. Let them talk to us like equals. That's what we are. No,
bitch, you're not a fucking equal. You're to be a figure of somewhat authority. Not saying you can demand and tell the kid whatever the fuck you wanted to, but you're supposed to be there to teach. So they're supposed to look up to you. If a kid looks up at you as an equal, there's going to be, especially in this day and age, a lack of respect. You know what I mean? And in kids in school, that's when they first attempt to challenge authority, when they push teachers and all those things. And if you don't put your foot down as a figure of authority, they will never learn to respect any form, level, manner of authority. I'm not saying that you got to go out and be a bootlicker. That's not what I'm telling you. But there is a hierarchy in society. That's how societies work. There is no everybody's equal. It'll never, ever be. Scotty, what you looking at me? As soon as I say, ain't no everybody equal, here comes Scotty looking at me all. You see that nose? Look at him, all in my mouth. Why are you looking at me like that? Broderick, no den last night. Wait a minute. Why am I in the top chat? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Shout out to 17. Let's see. Scotty, what is this violence? You're choosing violence, Scotty. What is wrong with you? Say hello and goodbye to everybody, Scotty, because you're getting out of here. Come on, go. Get out. Hold on one second. I gotta kick the dog out. He's terrible. He just wants to ruin the show. Yeah, don't look. I'm kicking you out. You just wait. I'm finna go open the door for you. Shake and do these things. Let me see. Delta Echo Golf. Roger, like I said, you won one last night. I'm gonna tell you what's the motherfucking deal. Miss Bell would come in when I start talking about nappy. Interesting. Very interesting situation. Miss Bell, Northern style. Get out, Scotty. Don't come back. Oh, it's racist. You wouldn't ruin a white guy show like that, Scotty. You're a damn racist. It's the white fur. And you are just trying to really just anyway. All right. So, all right, where we at? 335. What's the motherfucking deal? Wow. Yeah, exactly. So like, like this is the it's fucked up because people wake up and really see that. And this is the fucked up part about it, right? Because people wake up and see the lives through these lenses. I'm a woman. I'm a person of color. I'm a transgender, gender flopper fluidity, and they think that everybody else looks at them or views the world that way. That white man is looking at me and knows I'm a gender flipping trans woman of color, person binary dysfunctionality. No, they don't. Nobody cares. It's like how many billion people on this, damn near 7 billion, if not more. Nobody gives a fuck. It's you and your selfish ways and your fucking self-concerns that are overriding your logic, and nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares in the slightest about your fucking issues. You care about your issues and you try to project them on the rest of society. Nobody gives a fuck. You think they should give a fuck in the way you want them to give a fuck, but in reality, it's not that they're attacking you or against. They just don't give a fuck. But yet you got people like this who should be a figure of authority. Well, my teacher said it's happening and I look at her, she's smart. No, she's not. Your teacher's a fucking dingbat. Okay? And this is part of the problem that we're talking about, the education system in school, right? Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? Yeah, like I say, she's anyway. There's a place for that face. Anywho, next video. So like I said, these mentalities, right? These are the mentalities that are fucking up the classroom. Now here's a wild one. If you haven't seen this one, let me see if you figure it out before the video's over. I'm not even going to say this one actually makes me very sad. This video makes me very sad. This is about a substitute in a classroom. So if this is a substitute, imagine what the teacher is teaching. Just watch the whole thing. It's going to get a little weird, but not that weird. Just watch. It's crazy.
So a couple of my students found a flag on the counter, and one of them was like, whose Trump flag is this? And all the other students were like, who has a Trump flag? And I was like, why would someone who has this in their classroom have a Trump flag? And I look over here and I realize that they were talking about this.
That's crazy, right? That's sad. That's crazy. And this person's not good for like, oh, she probably didn't correct. She's like, probably, yeah, Trump flag. See, they got commie in the name, right? That's a sad state of affairs. Like, because there was another one. I didn't download that one. Where they were showing the kids who used to stand at allegiance, right? It used to be like me, I'd be like the only one who didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because of religious reasons. Maybe another kid, every now and then might have been another one. But it was just me. I was like the only one, right? So it would always be really weird. Everybody else stood it, played allegiance, did all that stuff. It was not an issue back then. Now, nobody does that. Nobody does it, right? Yeah, exactly. You already know. Yeah, I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's just like nobody does that now. Now they showed it was like a classroom maybe with like 15, 20 kids in it. Maybe 4 stood up. It's crazy. I hate this place, but as soon as something goes a little bit off grid and doesn't work the way your internet's slow, no, it was terrible. Go live in one of these countries that just upgraded from AOL like 2 days ago, right? You know what I mean? Like these kids nowadays, everything is anxiety. Everything is terrible. I'm trying to get out this motherfucker. I'm serious. Like I'm a few years. I gotta have like a 10-year plan. If we got 10, what is it, 2030? I might not make it. I might have to have a 9-year plan or maybe 8 and a couple of months plan. I'm gonna go hang out with the Chinese. Get my Mandarin brushed up, get my math real good. I'm gonna go hang with the Asians. But again, so that's super unfortunate. A regular American flag is called a Trump flag in the class. That tells you what's going on. And now she looks like, I don't know, I'm not saying she's teaching a black school district, but yeah. So ignorant policies, right? That's another thing. So you got these teachers who don't know better. You got these teachers teaching these kids wokey woke shit instead of actually educating them. But then you have this, for the safety, you have these boards that come up with the most logical decisions for the children, right? For the safety of the children. We have to do what's best for the children. So a school banned backpacks, and this was the solution. Kids are creative, right? Kids are creative. So it's just like, I can't bring a backpack. Let me bring this trash can full of contraband and drugs to school, right? Because I can't bring a regular backpack, right? Not even clear backpacks. I mean, that's what we're doing. Somebody brought a sled or a fucking like a lifeguard thing. This is where we are. Hey, take these books to school, carry them around. I'm not even like, what was it? At the little school, they don't even use, they didn't even assign them lockers and shit. Like a whole bunch of lockers, they said, because most people don't ever use them. They didn't even assign lockers and shit, which is weird. So the one has this fucking huge backpack. She looks like a fucking turtle that she carries around. And it's crazy, right? If she has back problems, sue the school. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, that's happening. But again, ban on backpacks, biggest issue? Nah. Crazy woke teachers, big issue? Yeah, probably. It's a huge thing. But as I said, there are some other things. I'm gonna swap it up just a second. Let me get that out of here. See that. Or that. All right. We can talk about these policies, right? These ideas, this logic that the schools have. Hey, we're going to do what's best for the kids. What instead of upgrading the actual education, making things more challenging, maybe things of that nature. What we're going to do. Oh, okay, that's cool. It's good to go. What we're going to choose to do is not do that. We're going to ban backpacks. We're going to make sure the teachers are woke. We're going to make sure that the kids receive not a equal education, right? I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, actually an equal education, because we don't want kids to feel bad about themselves, especially those, who choose not to study, who have no value, have no concern, who don't give a shit about an education whatsoever. We don't want them to feel bad about themselves. We want them to feel just as good as the students who work hard, study, and, do what's necessary to improve their education, right? We wouldn't want to, let me do this. That's just why thing is just, it's taking up a whole lot. I had something else going on. I forgot what I had on here. Pardon me while I do things I probably should have done beforehand right now. But anyway, so yeah, you have places like New York, you have some stuff going on, I want to say in LA also, California as a whole, getting rid of the advanced mathematics until they get to high school. You know, what's really the need of taking calculus when you're going to have to take it again in college anyway, right? That's the logic. That's the thought process here. Bloop. And all right, cool. Did I put the right thing on? Oh, tripping with myself. Play as fuck up, all right? So don't mind me. Don't mind me. This was supposed to be this. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, so again, what do you have? Let me put this thing up the right way. New York to phase out gifted and talented education program. Mayor Bill de Blasio phasing out New York City's gifted and talented program, which I don't know if it's called that. I know back when I was in school, it was called the GATE class, right? What is this? I found an Amazon folder with thousands of audio recordings from my home gadgets. No shit, Sherlock. Current students in the accelerated learning program can stay in their separate schools and classrooms to completion, but new cohorts will be completely eliminated by fall 2022. So they're not even wasting any time, right? Ending testing for kids as young as 4. The model, which admits roughly 2,500 kids a year, is being replaced by Brilliant NYC, a program offering students aged 8 and up chance for accelerated learning while staying in their regular classrooms with other people. That's fucking stupid. That's super dumb. How are you going to teach 2 levels of curriculum in the same classroom, right? Teachers would identify kids best suited for the new initiative. Why would you never just test them? That's it. Test them. You know what I mean? Both the candidates to replace him have made it clear they don't want to completely eliminate the program, which critics have attacked in part because of the number of white and Asian students that get. What? Let's talk about this. Is this racism because of the Asians are in it? If the Asians can do it, why can't the Negroes do it? Why can't the Hispanics do it? What is it that's separating? I mean, it's white supremacy, I thought, is what was ruining the education system. Have the Asians adopted white supremacy? Is this what's going on? The high number of white and Asian students that gain entry through the exam. Anyway, this here. Achievement has no color. I agree. Enough of the discrimination. Asians are not yellow. I'm assuming that says. If so, that's pretty funny. But like I said, kind of scroll out. You can check this stuff out yourselves. You kind of want to. But again, to me, in order to try to make it seem equal, we don't want to isolate these. Look, you cannot be in the classes with the kids who are not. If you're a gifted student, if you're an accelerated learner, you put them in classes with kids who are not. You're not helping out the kids who don't get it. They're still going to need the same amount or the same level of resources, whether you have gifted class in that class or not. They're going to need maybe extra help or whatever the fuck it's going to be. The accelerated students, the gifted students, which people try to claim need more resources, in my opinion, would need less resources, right? Because you have 1 or 2 classes that they are separate in, and they move quicker. So you're not spending as much time on certain things. You're not having to spend weeks upon weeks upon weeks on the same shit. Anyway, so you're not doing a benefit to those who are just average students or poor students by keeping those kids. You're hurting those who could actually accelerate and do much better because the teachers will have to deal, again, while they sit there, wait, get bored, distracted, then they get caught up in the behaviors of those students who have less of a focus on education. It will start to wear on them. It'd be very unfortunate. While those kids pick on them for being smart, because this is what children do, they'll start to, become a little bit distracted. They'll become a little bit disengaged because they don't want to be harassed. And so, like I say, you're doing a very, very bad thing by doing that. This says gifted programs worsen inequality. Here's what happens when schools try to get rid of them, right? And again, like I say, a whole nother deal. It says whatever. It talks about how it was mainly white students and there was very few of the other students. You can figure all this stuff out yourself. And then here's some woke article saying that, in the name of students, California would discourage all students who are gifted in math. Just pointing out that what I'm saying is true. I'm not going to go through all the things. So again, if y'all want the links, I'll put the links in another deal. So basically saying that they're going to get rid of all accelerated math until kids get to high school. Again, which I find baffling. I find that really strange to do such a thing. If a kid can move ahead, let them move ahead. Some kids are just brighter than others, right? So I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. As we're talking about the brighter kids, right? The Asians, right? Called Plastic Cage. What's the motherfucking deal? I hope you're feeling better. Let's see. Oh, they said that in San Francisco, there are like, it's a record high number of parents pulling their kids out of school. They said almost to the point where some schools out there may no longer receive state funding, right? Or federal funding. I don't know whichever one it is, but they're going to be losing funding because it's happening. I think they said like on average and across America, that Black homeschooling has increased significantly, especially since the times of the pandemic. So very, very strange. Reese, baby, how are you doing this evening? Almost 100%. Good deal. Good to hear. Good to hear. Let me see if I missed anybody who was joining us. I apologize a little bit. But I'll come back to that. Like, so, again, dumbing down the education, dumbing down the curriculum, making kids more disengaged. This is another level of problems that we're having in the American education system. But now there are a few more things. I'm gonna show you a couple more videos. We'll open up the line. And then again, I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I want to know how y'all feel. So I've shown y'all the woke teachers who feel like it's better to promote their sexuality and gender and shit like that to the kids, which is irrelevant, sparking conversations that are not about education, but about other behaviors that, kids in fourth grade should not be concerned with, right? So you got another situation that takes place in schools, right? That we see so very often. Things like this. This is basically a riot happening in school. What happened to that poor trash can? People fighting all over the place. Look at this. Kids yelling and screaming. How many times has that chair been thrown? Like, yeah. I think that same chair has been thrown like 4 or 5 times.
They dumb ass, damn. They on ass.
Look at this shit.
100 niggas deep in this bitch on ass.
Look at this shit. Bitch got the chair strikes again. That's what I'm saying. What happened that first week of school? Remember when we showed all the videos? Kids fighting all across the country, arguing on social media. I wait till I catch you at school. Kids fighting, jumping, beating each other up. This is what school is. It's just a social gathering to get through the day, daycare for parents at this point. Again, if you're not learning anything, The curriculum is being dumbed down. You're not getting a valid education. They're just pushing kids through. No child left behind. You know, you got kids in Baltimore who I think only had like half a passed one class or some shit like that. It was in the top 50% of the school. Like, and again, it's not every kid. There are kids who want to go out there and learn, but when you're surrounded by mostly derelicts and destructive individuals, how can you learn in an environment like this? Excuse me. I showed y'all a video a long time ago. The dude talking about, all the black people who move their black ass kids, all the black ass parents take their black ass kids to these white ass school districts, but these white ass kids gonna need black ass therapy. You telling me these kids ain't gonna need therapy? You telling me this ain't the quote unquote PTSD and stress of going to school to where you go to get an education? It's a fucking fashion show and a fight. That's all the fuck you get when you go to American schools these days. Well, in certain communities, right? You know, you got other communities that you got very well educated, high testing school. But when you at home, when the parents aren't giving a fuck about the education, they care more about making sure that your kid has friends and is fashionable, right? And you're saying, well, Honcho, what do you mean? You're just talking about parents. Parents do care. They want their kids to get a kid. This is not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. Let me show you something here. This is what the parents do these days, as opposed to, you know, when it used to be a unit between parent and teacher to help student. This is what happens now. This one, Josh?
Damn. She beat him.
I'm kind of concerned too. I'm wondering if she leaked herself. Maybe there was a spill. Maybe it's not the cleanest of cafeterias or classrooms or whatever the fuck that is. Maybe she literally beat the piss out of that bitch. I don't know. But I do know that parents fighting in the school. Like, to me, remember I did a video a while back, I don't know if y'all remember, about the mom who went up to the schoolhouse and whooped her kid with the belt because he was acting up. I have more respect for that mother than I do for this mother. Now, the way that original mother went about it, way too much, and the way she handled it was, you know, kind of over the top. But I'd have way more respect for her disciplining her kids for acting up in school than going to the school and acting up and trying to beat on the teachers because you have trash kids. There's no way you're telling me that she just has some angels of daughters or kids or whatever, and their mother acts like this. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's play it back again. Let's see if that is indeed a self-urination. I want to make another point that has absolutely nothing to do with education. And if y'all have been watching this show long enough, y'all know exactly what I want to say. But I'm going to stay on topic tonight. Look at that Trump flag in the background. Man, whoever did a weave, they could be like, come on, what's her number? Yes, this is a teacher and a parent. Well, I wouldn't call it a fight. I would say a parent beats down on a teacher. Because then you know what happens? That teacher fucked around, beat the brakes off that kid's mom. Then you got people trying to sue the school district and everything else, right? Like, this is what happens when you don't take responsibility for your behaviors. You know, maybe if you played with your kids, you wouldn't be up here fighting a teacher talking about why you playing with my kids, stop playing with my kids. Maybe you actually played with your children when they were small and they weren't a bunch of, I guarantee those kids distract in the classroom. I guarantee those kids have bad attitudes, and I guarantee they talk back to these teachers like adults, like the white lady earlier who said, "Oh, Tree, let's talk to them equally." That bitch don't teach in no black school. She doesn't. The bitch that we showed earlier was talking about, dude, we need to talk to them like it does not teach in a black school. Because one of these motherfuckers already talked to you equal. And anyway, so I guarantee these little girls or whoever the daughters, I'm assuming it's girls or kids, whatever, whoever's raised by a mom like that, might be a structurally fractured rich young man. Probably talk out, talk back. You got all these parents now who let these kids watch and act and do all these adult behaviors. And so these kids just be way too ahead of their time and too, think that they're, remember like back when I was young, it used to be a thing called grown folks conversation. Stay out of grown folks conversation. Well, grown folks conversation is everywhere now, right? And so the kids is all in it. Oh, that felt good. And so, they don't know the difference. They feel like grown folks conversation is their conversation. Little they know, a good backhand will relegate all that.
Call CPS on that, Damn.
Call CPS on that. See, I'm trying to figure out what's going on right here. It could have been a variety of situations. All I know is that poor teacher is going to get harassed for the rest of the year. No, I agree, Reese. See, because like the ones in the ghetto areas don't give a fuck about education. They don't give a fuck. They don't value this stuff. They're more concerned about, who's going to be on whatever show, whenever, who got whatever internet gossip going on, than they do care about the kids' education. Parents who actually are concerned would never be in a situation like this. Parents who are concerned are going to be speaking with the teacher. And if it's really a teacher with a problem with the teacher, they take it up, with the next in the chain of command. And they resolve this thing in a civil manner. Instead of going up to the school, fighting, getting caught on video, probably getting not only yourself banned from campus, probably getting your kid kicked out. And then the chain of events that happen from there, then somehow, some way, it'll be somebody else's fault. It won't be her fault. It won't be the fact that she couldn't control herself like an adult. It'll still be somebody to blame. It'll be the white man. Somehow, some way, we can blame the white man for this. I'm pretty sure if we if we work on it, if you just give me enough time, I can strategize this into being the white man's fault. Just let me figure it out. But, that's where a lot of parents are nowadays. And again, it's not just black parents, it's white parents, Hispanic parents. They're blaming teachers, and the ones that do discipline, instead of disciplining in a civil way, they want to go make spectacles of the children and put it all on the internet. And then again, like I said, there's this behavior. That's adults, right? Those are two adults. But then there's a point where the kids stop giving a fuck, right? And the kids.
They run their whole little family around this. Osiris better pull up the phone in this bitch. Come on, cuz I'm not. Damn.
Now, what I want y'all to know is they're threatening a teacher. This man in the light green sweater, whatever here.
Go home. Put your camera over there. Oh, shit.
All them niggas pussy. I wish when I was a misbehaving young man, there's a particular teacher, one in particular. He probably old as shit now, and he probably still got the crustiest feet on earth. I wish he would have shot me the fair one. I wish. But instead, y'all want to jump this man. Y'all niggas pussy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done brought the whole squad up here to fight a teacher. Y'all gang, right? But y'all jumping a working man who ain't doing nothing but minding his business. And let me tell you another issue I have. Let me go back just a little bit. It's shit like this. Let me see if I can. This Cruella de Vil bullshit ain't for the fucking schoolhouse. You ain't got that much personality to display at school. That shit there ain't for the schoolhouse. This shit right here. Hold on. If it scanned back across. Damn, it went too fast. This chick with the fucking orange hair. That shit there ain't for the fucking schoolhouse. That shit right there ain't for the fucking schoolhouse. I don't care what you do as an adult, as a grown-up, as a whatever individual. That's fine and dandy. All these crazy-ass, stupid-ass, retarded colors, those kids will, you will, I guarantee this. I guarantee you don't see those kids in gifted class. I guarantee Cruella de Vil and Burning Man over here, I guarantee you have no issues with them. Them nor their parents are complaining about children getting dumbed down in education, or getting reduced from getting reduced down from gifted education. I guarantee you, these are their priorities. And the crazy thing about it is, like I said, I see it at the little ones because it blows my mind. This was not a thing. This was not a thing coming up. Like, they used to beef with the dreads. They used to beef with niggas having afros. Like, I got a petition started at my school, and then when they finally allowed the shit for braids, I think, because it's when I had a big ass afro, I ended up cutting my shit right before the school year, and then they ended up allowing braids. Because I was like, what the fuck? Ain't that about a bitch? It didn't matter. I was still fly. Anywho, but this shit right here is unacceptable. Like, your priorities are what? To get attention. For what? Hey, look, I'm stupid, but I got bright hair. There's a kid at the little school I call Oscar the Grouch. She got this fucking nappy green shit. And I can say nappy. I got nappy hair. I'm happy nappy, so I can use it. It's a term of endearment, just like embracing niggas. It's a term of endearment. But this shit is not for the schoolhouse. That's for grown women. That's for adults who paying their own bills or doing whatever the fuck they want to do. That shit is not for the schoolhouse. They talk about, oh, it can be a distraction. No, yeah, kids are easily distracted. Everybody got ADHD nowadays. They're easily distracted. That's just not for the schoolhouse. But let the video continue.
Damn, I was about to go home. Look outside. Put your camera over there. Oh, shit.
Like, what you see Cruella de Vil got involved? I'm going to say something. I'm not going to like this. When men are fighting women, get the fuck out the way. Don't care how you be fucking stupid and loud. Like, for no reason. If these niggas got an issue to handle, it's just let them handle it. If you feel that worried about, go call the laws or do something. Like, get the fuck out the way. And then all that screaming and shit ain't stopping the motherfucking thing. Like, where is the logic in this? You just screaming like a fucking banshee, right? You're not stopping shit. You're not doing it. And then you get in the way of grown men. You're a woman. You listen to whatever the new biology tells you. You can get your ass fucked up. That motherfucker with the Cruella de Vil ain't do nothing but put a bunch of weave in the fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what are those ones? The fucking the Indian monkeys. They're the loudest. But like, no, it's fucking stupid. Like, get the fuck out the way and let whatever goes down, goes down. Now, if you and your homegirls, y'all out there ganging, because we've seen a lot of black women doing it. I got videos for that, but it's not for tonight's show. Then do whatever the fuck you want to. But when men scrap, get the fuck out the way and shut the fuck up. Because, like, you trying to break some shit up, you ain't doing nothing. Your little gay friends, your little sissy friends fighting, go do that. That's cool. Go do that. Go help them. But when grown men is getting in, get the fuck out the way. You ain't nothing but a fucking hindrance. You ain't nothing but getting Mr. Walker beat up even more. But what you got to give Mr. Walker is he held his own against all them motherfuckers. And I don't know who over here getting jumped.
Oh my God!
Stop talking, niggas gonna beat it. I'm trying to see how these men right there.
Like I said, y'all notice two I called out was in the middle of the mix. Wasn't trying to avoid nothing. Hey, there's a tension going on over there. Let me go get in it with my Cruella de Vil hair and my orange Halloween shit. Get up, whatever. I'm early for all. Like, let me go over there. And then the Crocs. Somebody tried to say black people made Crocs cool. There's nothing you can do to make Crocs. I don't care if you got Crocs on your feet right now and you want to fight. I'm not going to fight you because people who wear Crocs in public got hands. I don't want no problems. But Crocs will never be cool. I don't care what you say. Right? And yes, there's a Croc owner in this household, and it's not me. And I will tell them the same thing. I don't care how comfortable they are. They can be as comfortable as you want them to be. They are not cool. I don't care what colors. I don't care what dingle dangles you put on them. I don't care about none of that shit. Shout out to Miss Bell. Some get down, always get up. Shit. If them little niggas really was by something, Mr. Walker wouldn't be making it. Well, Mr. Walker would be you have to use some PTO or something. But oh boy, and blame Scotty. Scotty don't do shoe damage though. Scotty's a good kid. Yeah, but the Asians are in the gifted classes. You call that fun? We all know Heidi was a gangbanger. She's stupid, but her hair is bright. I see what you did there. Hey. Oh, they're supposed to be working right for NYC? That would be nice. I got more vidges, all right? These are kids fighting teachers. We just saw parents fighting teachers. And then stuff. Those are grown, man. They were trying to fight somebody else. There was something else going on. Check this shit out. This is a teacher.
I don't care. You get out video on me again. You get out mine. Get out right now. Get out of my face. I don't care. I don't care. You get out video on me again. That's like a restaurant. Like when it get out my face. Get out my face. Make me. You want me to leave you cussing up? Make me. You want me to leave you cussing up? No, actually, you can sit back down. Sit back down. Get out of my face.
You got teachers who act like fucking students. If I seen this big red wildebeest teaching anywhere near my child, first, I'd put it down. And I'd go to the rescue. I'd say I'd call the, what is that shit? The fucking wildlife rescue service, whatever the fuck they are. What are the motherfuckers, the Mounties or whoever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you're allowed this type of nonsense, right? This type of nonsense is going on in the classroom. Like, here's my whole deal. We talk about the 19 and all this stuff, and people have like this whole belief that people that don't want certain aspects of the, the injections, the inoculation, all that are just, no, I believe it's a real thing. I have sense. We see people clocking out from it all the time. And maybe we'll briefly speak on Colin Powell because we got to be sensible about things. But I don't go out and engage in behaviors in attempts to catch. I don't go breathing in people's face. Oh, it's not real, bro. Cough, cough, spit, spit. That's extremely disrespectful, right? If somebody did that to me, it would be a huge problem for them, right? You're a mask wearer, cool. I'll give you a little bit of space, actually, because I don't want you near me. You're probably worse off than I am. All of these things are fine, but doing these type of behaviors, these extremely disrespectful things, and I'm pretty sure if her hair is like that, she's got ass for breath. The kids just, that's probably one of the more respectful children that you're going to see these days. But you got teachers who act like idiots, right? And this is another part of the classroom that is a problem. I think I got two more things to show y'all, and we'll take some calls, y'all. I think there's one I might be missing, but oh well. But then you got this. This is one I talked about the other day. Somebody only have one more video to show y'all. We'll talk about it. Or, okay, I might have some other shit. We'll just talk about it. See, and this is the excuse. This is the society we live in. We create all these weak ass motherfuckers. You fucking up my depression, bitch. Like, okay, your depression doesn't give you the permission to be rude, disrespectful, and depression means you are having some internal issues. Most people tend to be depressed. Don't try to lash out in aggression with other people. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm not a psychiatrist, but I play one on the internet evenings at 9 p.m. But again, the lady's trying to ask you nicely, hey, would you like to step outside, cool off? You fucking in my depression, bitch. These motherfuckers come from these disrespectful homes. They're raised this way. A lot of these kids are spoiled because the parents they don't raise children anymore. They just put them in front of, I seen the other day, a fucking kid in a fucking, with a little baby carrier deal on top of a basket, mom shopping, and the kid got the phone with their hands and feet holding it and pushing the little buttons. Baby cannot talk, but can navigate a phone. So they leave them in front of these fucking boxes and in front of these things where they don't fully develop. They don't, interact with reality and develop in a proper way. They develop dysfunctionally, and then they become these type of, people who got depression. And because the reason why you're suffering from all this shit is because you didn't ever really truly develop, and you've lived your life in front of a fucking box for the most part. Anyway, carry on. Ooh.
Get the fuck out my face! Oh, I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Get the fuck out my face! Get the fuck out my face! Damn! Oh, hell no! Damn, y'all want it? Hey, beat that! No, let me shut up.
This little bitch can't fight either.
Stop it, man! You dumb as fuck! You about to get a whole charge. You dumb. She about to get a spill. You got all rights to beat her ass. You know that, right? Hey. You got all rights to beat her ass. You a grown ass woman.
Rayvon, that's my nigga. But one, she did a lot of hitting, didn't beat shit. So that's terrible, right? There's that. Shout out to All Illusion. Appreciate the super chat love. There was no ass whooping going on. It was like, that was a mild annoyance, and I'm gonna say at the end the teacher flopped. All right, that was a flop at the end. Let's just bring it back to the instant replay. Do I have to pull out the whiteboard? No, I'm not gonna do it. I want to, but I'm not. So look at this. None of these licks are really that serious. It's like puppy pass. Like she kind of like tried to scratch. She didn't know what she's doing. She. Let me shut up. Yeah, the form is terrible. That was a flop at the end. That was a whole flop. Let me see. Come on, let's bring that back. That was a flop.
Chill, bro. You about to get a charge.
That was a complete flop. Complete flop.
You dumb. She about to get a spill. You got all rights to beat her ass. You know that, right? Hey. You got all rights to beat her ass. You a grown ass woman.
That nigga Rayvon. Rayvon, my nigga over there giving the color commentary. But again, this is what's going on. So it's like the students are fucked up, the teachers are fucked up, the curriculum is fucked up, the society that these kids are being raised in is fucked up, the parents are fucked up. Is there a resolution? Is there a solution? Is there a preventative? What do you do to avoid these things? And why does this tend to happen in some places more so than others? So I'm going to throw that out there. Let's go back to the main screen. Let me open up the line. Let me open up the... Do you really know what they do in Tokyo? Anyway. Yes, I agree. The bitches ain't shit, but whores and tricks. Do I got the right line on? Body bow. All right, cool. So, like I said, everything is awful, right? It just seems to be very, very awful. What you don't see is, why don't you see the Asian kids doing this? Right, and you saw the thing talking about, I can't remember if that was the California one or the New York one, where they were talking about the gifted program. Well, it's mainly whites and Asians. Asians are a minute segment of the population. So why are they having such success in gifted education? Why are they excelling in income? Why are they excelling at everything? It's really simple if you ask me. But, and that solution is, they don't buy into American culture and bullshit. Niggas, on the other hand, and when I say niggas, I mean niggas across the spectrum. I'm not talking about the gender spectrum or the autistic spectrum. I'm just talking about the racial spectrum of niggas. It's niggas everywhere. Is this the Denline number? Yes. Where's Miss Bell? I want Miss Bell to call. I haven't heard from Miss Bell in a while. You know what I mean? It's because exactly. All girls board school. We didn't squad. We just bully each other and having eaten this one. Man. So here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. But nobody's blocked from the line. But here's my thing. Like I started watching this. So I told you I watched Squid Game. Squid Game, I think, was overhyped by niggas because it was all niggas promoting Squid Game. It was cool. Like don't like the premise was cool. The ending was stupid. I'm not gonna ruin it too much. The marbles was sad as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like I haven't been that sad watching something. I hadn't that single thug tear. Anything probably in a long time. I can't tell you. Since what's his name? G Baby died. What was that? Hardball or whatever that was. I don't think I've been that sad since then. If you ain't watched Hardball at this point, that movie's like fucking 20 years old. It's your fucking fault. So I started looking at this other one, and I don't know if I can get all the way into. I'm gonna give it a shot. Because like the Asians are taking over everything. They're taking over even American entertainment. Like the Asians, that fucking Squid Game made like a shit ton of money. It didn't really cost a whole lot to make. It made like a shit ton of money. Right? And all like the trending shit on Netflix is always like Asian shit. And so I'm looking at this new trending thing. It's called My Name. The voiceovers are horrendous. You did? Was it in Hardball? Or which one are you talking about? Hardball or Squid Game? Like, I ain't gonna lie, the marble scene got me, dog. Squid Game, I'm not gonna lie. G Baby got me. Oh, baby, that's what it was. Baby G, yeah. Oh, yeah, that got me. That definitely. But like in that fucking Squid, that marble scene, I'm like, this whole ass nigga here, boy. I've never watched. I'm not going to. No, I'm not even. I had no interest in ever watching Oz. Like, not even trying to consider it. I don't know. It's like I said, a bunch of shit I don't get to. I never watched Oz. Never watched Sopranos. Probably a bunch of other shit I never watched. People are like, you never watch it? And that's probably why I'm weird and who I am today. And I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's the Asians don't buy into the culture, right? And that's why I say it makes me sad. It makes me sad these days when I see these Asian women, because I never see the Asian dudes do it. It's always Asian women who are assimilating. I'm a Asian POC, and it's like, no, you're not. Like, be happy to be at the fucking top of the totem pole. Like, why are you trying to decline? Why are you associating yourself with the losers? Everybody below the Asian is losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do that? What are you're a bottom feeder, right? Like, don't do that. I don't understand it. Like, I would be very mad. Your parents are probably very upset with you. They probably worked too hard for this nonsense. Hello. Who do we have calling the Denline this evening?
It's been a while. It's Southern style. How are you?
Southern, unproven Southern style. Still Northern style in my notes. I'm doing well, but it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's good to hear from you too. It's been a while.
So do you have any thoughts on the current state of education in America, Miss Bell?
It's gone to hell in a handbasket.
Mm-hmm.
A funny story. We had this teacher, and I think she was like 7th to 9th grade teacher, and she threatened everybody from day one. She was a larger, fluffier woman, I guess you'd say, probably about 300 pounds.
She's a obese woman.
Yes, and if we didn't stay in line, she would have sat on us. Now, let me tell you, even the boys stayed in line, and the classroom never was unkept. She kept in tow. I mean, she had a ruler by her side, never had to use it. And the thing is I'm so many generations back from most of you that there was such a respect in the classroom. The parents and the teachers worked together to get the kid through. Now it's a free-for-all and nothing but tag team wrestling and fighting matches, which is ridiculous. And it shows absolutely no community and savagery rather than citizenry. it doesn't allow the kids to get education the way they need to. And you're absolutely right. When you put kids who are in the slower lane in with the kids that really need to be in the fast lane, it makes a traffic jam with all their education.
So do you feel like that method back then was more successful? Or do you feel like it was a form of forcing kids to be educated, or do you think it just kind of worked the way it worked?
I think there's definitely a percentage, even like today, that it really it really legitimately was abuse, and it really was beyond what needed to happen. And there was, they used a lot more shaming back then. We had this kid that was constantly put on a stool in the closet with a dunce cap on in like the 4th grade.
Would you say he was a dunce?
Yes. But by the 3rd week of school, he no longer did that because his behavior was maintained. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't kids with ADD, there aren't kids with behavioral problems. But the point is they should be integrated when they can, but if they're not keeping the class at the pace they need to be, it needs to be removed to let the class keep going. You know, it's always been survival of the fittest, and by dumbing ourselves down, we're not doing our next generation any favors. And we're not doing ourselves any favor, because if we go into retirement and then we're leaving it to a bunch of dummies, they're going to screw it all the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're on the fast track to that. I think we're to the point where we care more about feelings and the end outcome than we do the actual student success and actual education.
Feelings are important and they're valid. However, common sense needs to rule. And common sense is you need to do the work. I'm sorry you're sad. I'm sorry things aren't going your way, but it's either make it or break it on some levels. I can't tell you that there wasn't a time in my life that I had something that I struggled with. Did I fail at it? Absolutely. But I got back up and I went back to it and did it again. And feelings have their time and place, just like being upset has its time and place, just like being able to challenge somebody has a time and place. And we're not teaching our children that healthy boundaries. I mean, some of the teachers that you showed today lacked a lot of common sense and boundaries, as well as the students lacked the discipline to be respectful because their parents told them they don't have to. Well, guess what? That's part of what some of the message these kids are getting at home. If you want to be equal, well, you don't have to respect them because they're not respecting you. That's bullshit. There is a common courtesy of respect. It doesn't mean everybody gets respected, but there is a certain line where, benefit of the doubt should be a factor. It isn't with everybody's family, but we don't see it at all today. I mean, you really, I've heard guys say, well, I don't open car doors for women anymore because they just get irritated because they think that I'm, wanting to one-up or something or whatever. And it's like politeness is so gone.
Who do you think killed politeness?
I honestly think that it was a lot of parents that were just tired and just lacked teaching that. The highest percentage I've found that have politeness that aren't always, that doesn't mean that they're not broken and dysfunctional, is church-going families. They have the facade that everything's okay, the yes ma'am, the no man. That doesn't mean that, the parents aren't drinking and doing drugs at home. It just means that one particular place, they're showing face as being a united front. And you can hear the mom in the car turning around going, wait till we get home. And that's on all areas.
Were you that mom?
Yep. Sometimes I didn't wait. Sometimes it was in the bathroom. Sometimes it was, no, you're not getting the toy and walking out of the store. But I am very blessed that I have well-behaved and really good kids. It's not a bragging right. I worked hard at making sure that they knew where the line was drawn. And they knew right from wrong. And they had to make the choice, because we all have to make choices when we get to a certain age. But parents have to teach where that line is. And that's what teachers are for. They're teaching the line. But if you're getting the message at home, you're as equal to your teacher, there's a lack of respect for the authority. Now, I'm not saying all teachers are good. I'm not saying all students are good. But what I am saying is that lack of overall has been hugely lacking across the board. And I noticed it when my kids were in high school.
How do you feel about the teachers who push sexuality? Do you think that's children's business about their
No,
teachers?
I don't. I honestly, okay, keeping in mind that I am a white, straight woman who will always be white and straight, what I do in my bedroom is my business. What my sexuality is my business. And I know that the LGBT vegetable community has had a hard time feeling accepted, which I get, but LGBT people have been around for a long, long time. And to me, it's not always just about rights. It's about you don't need to put your business in the street all the time, because it becomes more of a political statement than it becomes your personal statement. And you don't need that shoved down your throat all the time. If I had a teacher that was constantly, even if I went back to college, I don't know if I could respect that teacher, because your sexuality should be private. You're teaching me because I'm absorbing the information you're giving me. I need you to be a neutral palate. I don't know. I could be wrong for that, but it's just, I've always thought that about teachers, about, somebody that I was looking up to or learning from. I need them to be blank so that I can learn the information that I need to be given. If I know more about them than I know about the math and the algebra, I'm screwed at the end of the year.
Right.
So that's about all I got. Doing pretty good. Everything's going really well. Grand Nugget's going to be a year next month.
Oh, already?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep. Absolutely.
Time flies.
And it does. And my sister moved down this last weekend, so I finally have my sister in town. So I've been blessed.
Good deal. Okay.
Yep. First time in 25 years, my mom and my sister and I went out to lunch, and it was just, we had a grand old time.
Where'd y'all go to eat?
Some local Chinese food place.
Oh, Asian food's always good.
Yeah, they probably get the best sushi around, and it was quiet. It was like post-lunch, so there wasn't too many people in there. So we had a chance to really just talk and gab. It was nice. She's a blessing, and I'm just feeling it today.
Okay, that's what's up. I'm glad.
Hey, everybody! Don't forget to hit that like button too. By the way.
Yes. The like button is important.
Absolutely. We got to, what is it, algorithms? Is that what they consider that?
That's what they say. I think they just do random stuff.
Anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, next person.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Bell. I appreciate you calling in, and it's good to hear from you. I'm glad you shared your thoughts with us this evening.
Yep, I am too. I'm glad to see everybody and know that everybody's doing okay.
Good deal. All right. Well, all right. I'll be expecting to hear from you. I have a few very interesting topics the rest of the week, and I'll be expecting to hear from you.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to Ms. Bell for getting a part of it. Well, why don't you call in, Isley? What was wrong with Isley for? What was it? Ruby Roo? Yeah, why don't you call in, Ruby Roo? whatever that name used to be. You know, you're a product of the American education system. Do. Oh, this is really weird. I don't think I want to do that one. What the hell is going on? That's super strange. I definitely don't want to do that. That's really odd. What is up with all this weird stuff? Oh, I know what it is. It must be this thing. That must be what's setting stuff off in such a weird way. But anyway, so, you know, and that's the thing though, right? When she mentioned the dunce thing, you cannot do that anymore, right? Because now somebody will be upset. Somebody will start crying. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
What's up, Honcho? It's all an illusion.
Illusion. What's the motherfucking deal? I saw some of yours on TikTok earlier today, and I found that very interesting. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like to talk shit on there, but nobody really got anything to say. So I'm like, oh, I guess this isn't fun for other people like it is for me.
Okay. It makes some very valid points, some very
man.
interesting things you had mentioned there, though.
I wanted to do one today because that shit that happened with Biden this morning, as far as their handling of the underage migrants being flown into New York and Florida and shit at all hours of the night. That should be a pretty big deal, I think. I mean, they find a way to rationalize it in the American public's like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense why children are being flown across the country and taken to suburbs in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Hey, at least they're not locking them in cages, And,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just dungeons.
Yeah. That's crazy stuff. But what are your thoughts, man, on the American education system and the way things are going? Like,
well,
do you think it's fixable?
I don't think this is. Hey, I'll be right back, bro. No, I don't. I wasn't talking to you.
Oh,
no, I don't. I don't think it's fixable, and I think people need to stop thinking it's fixable. Like, when you've been on TikTok, or you could see it on some of the news channels and stuff, people are going to their local school boards and like arguing with them.
Yes.
Or they're just screaming at them and tell, like, bro, that's what it's for. that school system currently exists to make your children never think, only react off of emotion. Education is not their number one priority. The way that they think, the thought process of your child, is what their number one priority is. Then maybe they have time to get into the education. And then they want you to accept, basically all it is to create a generation because we've gotten dumber and dumber as time goes, and softer as time goes, and fatter as time goes, and weaker as time goes, and more confused as time goes. So their overall agenda is to create that environment. And I think the only thing that could solve it is civil war, to be honest, bro. Like, you're going to have to separate the country. And then maybe you could find little townships and stuff like that have good. And there's still some today. I'm speaking in generalities. But it's toast, bro.
So, like, if that was to happen, how many it would be significant? But how do you think you determine one from another? Do you think people, how would people choose sides in a situation like that? How would you say, hey, I identify with this group? Do you think that there would be some form of marking, some form of tie. I mean, what would it be? People would be able to differentiate.
In what situation?
If there was a situation where the country became so divided that it went to war with itself, like how would people identify the situation?
Well, I think that we probably already are to an extent, right? Because you already have Texas and Florida and now a bunch of other states, I think 22 other states, that in some way, shape, or form are openly defying the federal government, right? And then, but that's with what we have in office now. Like, let's say in 2024, Trump comes in and Trump starts a whole Handmaid's Tale thing. Then you're going to start seeing New York, California, they're going to start openly defying the federal government. So then, certain states will have to deploy their National Guard or their local law enforcement, their sheriff's departments and things like that. But as people, you're just going to pick your side. Some people already are. I haven't seen as many flags on the back of pickup trucks ever in my life as I see right now. Yeah. So people are going to pick their sides. But if you're asking me, like, did you say what side do you go on, or what you say?
No, I'm just saying, like, how do you think people, recognize and identify? So you think it would be kind of be a state by state thing?
Yeah. I think it would be state by state, and I think it would be a long time before it was state on state. Like, it would start off with states defying the federal government, and then eventually, I think it could lead, because you live in Texas. There's like a mass exodus from certain liberal places to Texas.
Yes.
But what are they doing? They're just going over there and starting their bullshit over there. Like, It didn't work where you're from. So why the fuck are you going over there trying to do it?
Yeah, but they don't get that.
It fucked up your state.
Yeah, I don't understand how you don't comprehend that, right? Like, how?
But they don't comprehend shit, bro. It's all about feelings.
Yeah.
And so that's like hand to hand, neighbor to neighbor, 200 years ago type of civil war. That's not going to go down. Like, the federal government will have bled most places dry financially before. Because, if a state defies the federal government cuts off funding, then they have to start figuring things out for themselves. But that's the only thing I could possibly see is solving the public school issue. Bro, it is so bad. You got people in Iowa, the mayor of some little town, I think it was in Iowa, that had to go to the school board and threaten to indict all of them for child pornography because of the shit they were teaching in the high school and having the students do, for them to like stop doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That shit is crazy to me.
I forgot there was another one. I know they've had some situations. I know a lot of these school boards of people resigning and doing. I want to say, was it Loudoun County or somewhere? I'm not sure exactly where that is, but it was like it's a lot of stuff coming out there. They were reading some of these books, and it's just like it blows your mind. Like, back when I was in school, it was shit like what was it, like Mad Max or something? Well, not Mad Max. What was that kid? Maniac McGee. That was like pushing the limits back then. You know what I'm saying? Now, I guess if anybody can write, anybody can publish a fucking book nowadays. So they put anything in these fucking schools, and they let them read anything. And it's fucking. One of them was reading some shit out, and it was homosexual activity. And talking about it 10 years old. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do this? Why does this need to be like? Do you not vet the books? You just say, oh, we just need some new books in here. We just put some anything in here, or is someone deliberately, putting these books in the libraries for the kids to have access to? And if that's the case, that person needs to be found out and prosecuted.
Well, I definitely think in many places it is deliberate, because you've got people coming in now and talking about assignments that their kids have to explain sexual encounters. So somebody's got to be on the approval board of what gets in the library. You know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody has to be the one to say, oh, yes, we can carry this at the school library.
That's wild.
And have you seen that book? It's about a 10-year-old boy having his first encounter, and I want to say it was with a grown man. I want to say they found that book at one of the schools in Texas, and it was in a high school library, but it was written like for a child, like for a younger child. Yeah. And they're softening them up too, bro. That Gay BC's book. No. Good night. It's over.
Yeah, because I remember that. I think that took place up near, of course, all places, Austin. I believe it was with that situation. You know.
Yeah, I figured that much.
But yeah, Loudon. Thank you for the Kung Lao reference, Heidi. Loudon, Luton. It ain't in Texas. Don't matter. But yeah, it's wild. Like, and the fact that, you know, that you have to, like, that's an issue, that there's a problem, like that nobody says and say, oh, this is unacceptable, and just remove it. The fact that parents have to go up here and, you know, start a whole fucking ruckus behind the shit, and then the government wants to make it seem like the parents are the fucking problem. Like the actual parents who do care what's going on in the schools, what their kids are being taught, now they're trying to make them seem like they're the fucking problem.
Well, and the saddest part about it is that, yeah, the parents aren't the problem. Like, sicking the DOJ on them isn't the answer. But parents need to just, bro, like, a lot of those parents are picking sides on a multitude of issues, right? Mm-hmm. Of what's going on at the school, whether it be mask mandates, whether it be snake bite mandates, what they're teaching in school, critical race theory. At what point do you sever the relationship? Like, if you were having that many problems with your significant other, at the very least, you need to separate for a while.
Yep.
So I don't understand why parents are going in there and thinking they're the only thing that will accomplish anything is for you to get your kids out of the school. The school's going to lose funding, and is it going to suck? Yes. Will your family have to adjust? Absolutely. Are you going to have to make major changes in your life? Yes, but that's your seed.
Yep.
That's our future, and that's the future of your family in most cases. So going and yelling at the people that are trying to corrupt them, like, hey, do things my way, they've proven that they don't have an interest in raising a generation of people well-versed in reading, writing, and arithmetic. They're much more interested in raising a group of compliant, confused people who are always depressed.
Yes.
To me, that's the best resolution. If these schools and some of these school districts saw a 10% drop in their students, that's going to hit their pocketbook.
That's what I want to say. It was San Francisco that they said they've seen like a significant decline. That's crazy, San Francisco of all places. But that they've seen of so many that they said it's going to impact the school funding, the federal funding. So
yeah, I'm sure it will, bro. And then and the people that really need to be taking their kids out of these schools are people with values that are completely contradictory of what the school is teaching them. Mm-hmm. They need to take them out of that school, because although the media would like to spin a different narrative, minority families, especially if the dad is involved, they don't go for that shit.
No, absolutely not.
They're not really for that shit. And if you take them out of the school, then who the hell are they going to diagnose with ADHD and all this other shit so that they could put them in special needs programs and get even more funding?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
But people aren't ready for that conversation, bro. It's gonna take the crash of this economy for people to get their game plans in order. When they got to go to the store and spend $70 on 2 T-bone steaks, then maybe they'll start thinking about what our future. Where are you putting your kids?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. It's time to stop fucking around. This dude got caught flying around migrant children in the middle of the night and dropping them off in suburban neighborhoods in major cities.
That's crazy. But hey, he's their president, so they're not going to say anything negative about it.
Yeah, this is gone far. But yeah, the public school system, bro, fuck that shit. If you have kids in public school, if their school, because like I said, I'm speaking in generality, so if their school seems to be still somewhat normal, that's cool. But if you have one of these schools where you're constantly running into problems, get your kid out, man. There's plenty of options to homeschool.
Yeah, I think so far so good. Definitely keep an eye on everything that's going on with the little one. And every day, first thing when you get in, hey, what you learn today? What you talking to me? Any weird shit? You know, what you got going on? What are y'all learning? You know, pronoun shit, is any weird shit? Are they asking y'all these crazy questions, like anything like that? Yeah, that's definitely a no-fly zone.
We left Albuquerque. We moved to one of the suburbs in Albuquerque. Yeah, bro.
So, yeah, we're up for 419.
I gotta work, bro. It's good talking to you.
All right, man. I appreciate you calling in, Illusion, man.
All right, thank you.
So you gotta appreciate that. That's some very good points. That's some very good points that he brought up. Let me jot that down before I forget it. We will have that conversation. But yeah, I think we're in a point. I mean, you've seen the price of everything go up. We've seen the kids getting transported across country. Oh, I said there was a thing I wanted to say about the colon pile thing, right? And like I said, I'm a rational individual, so let's kind of speak on that. Let me speak on that as a regular person. Lovely Miss Sarah Lou, how are you? Said the great national divorce. I should use a map like 270 to win, and we could divide the states and cities, colleges could give input. That's not a bad idea. You know, YouTube would be like, oh, you're talking about civil war, ban him. I watch this channel, so it's okay. Who would go where if people wanted to do it? You don't want to call in, Isaac. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You had your chance. But my thing was just like, everybody, let's just be rational. Colin Powell was fucking old, right? Period. So it's not like he had a long, long time to go either way. I know he was fully vaccinated and people want to use, oh, he's fully vax spin, and he still got, like, he was old as shit, bro. Like, he was in the danger zone. Like, he was there, right? He was there, okay? And we know, those of us with sense know, whether you're vaxxed or not, if you're fucking morbidly obese, you're in a certain age bracket, there's just certain shit that you are, it's done for you, right? And it is just what it is. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hello?
Hello. Who do we have calling in this evening?
Oh, Ashley.
Oh, it's a new caller to the den. This must be a first-time caller. Ashley, you said your name was, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, how are you doing, Ashley?
Here. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you said you wanted to speak on something related to Colin Powell, correct?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay. And so what are your thoughts? What's going on with Colin Powell?
Well, I just wanted to say that he was old as hell, and they always say everyone dies of COVID. Because he was like 80-something, and he was battling cancer.
Yes.
And they act like he died of COVID. Come on.
Yes. And that's my thing. That's what I say. Both sides got to be smart about this, right? So one, if you're anti-vax, let's just be rational. We know that there's a lot going on. That's probably not the argument to use to be, and hold on, let me rephrase it. Let me not use the term anti-vax. Two terms I hate: anti-vax, vaccine hesitant. There's no vaccine hesitancy at this point. Like, if the motherfucker ain't got it, they're not getting it. Like, they don't want the shit. It's not hesitant. They made a decision. And then anti-vax, like, you can't just be like, I just don't want this one thing and I'm against it. It's not, there's varieties of apples. Granny Smith is not my favorite apple. So I don't eat Granny Smith, their sour ass apple. Doesn't make me anti-apple, but whatever. But then, those people who are, pro whatever and trying to use, it's just like, maybe y'all should stop trying to say everything's COVID related, because then you're giving fuel to the people who are arguing your thing. The man was just old. He had a lot of health complications and he died. I don't think his death should be politicized, even though he was a political figure.
Right.
So were you a big fan of Colin Powell?
I wasn't not a fan. I mean, I didn't.
It's because
not really that into politics.
Was it because he's kind of light skinned?
Light, bright, nearly white.
Yes, yes. I knew it.
No, I think light skinned people are just fine.
What does that mean? Sounds kind of racist.
How's that racist if I think they're fine?
I don't know. I think you whispered something about mulattoes being inferior in there somewhere. I thought I heard it.
He's not a mulatto. Isn't he just a light-skinned black person?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Do you listen to a rapper named Mulatto?
I love her. Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Why?
I love ratchet music.
That's terrible.
I do.
Why do you support ratchet music? Do you consider yourself ratchet?
No, but it's like what I like to listen to on the way to my real job. Doing square shit. Picking up groceries. Like, just like that.
But do you think that has an influence on your behavior?
No, because I don't act like that.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Okay. So why do you like it if you don't act like it?
I just like the words.
The words.
And the beat.
Okay. Give me some of the words. Yeah. I've never listened to this mulatto person. I just saw like a clip of some video and she had terrible baby hairs. And so I was like, this is disgusting. Give me some of that hot fire that mulatto spits.
Have you ever heard the one with this guy, Saucy Santana?
No. It sounds...
Are you able to look up things on the like could you pull something up on the screen?
I could possibly, depending on what that thing might be.
Okay, so you know what was funny? So I listened to Saucy Santana. He's like this gay rapper or whatever. Anyways, he has a full beard, but he like dresses like a woman or whatever. But I was looking at his album cover, and I like I always see it on YouTube when I'm listening to his music. But I noticed like freaking a year after I had downloaded his album that it was him in the background. You have to show everyone this.
I don't think I want to see it at all. Because see, now it's going to be something I'm going to end up saying. And then it's something I'm probably going to be very displeased by. And then the image is going to be in my mind because
you like hardly notice it.
I don't think I want us, because then you're going to bring it. It's going to become a focal point, because then I'm going to notice it because you pointed it out. So I don't think I want to see it. It sounds very sketchy. I have no interest in rap music, much less gay rap music.
It's not even gay rap music. He's not even like.
You just said he was a gay rapper.
He's a gay rapper, but it's not all he's about. That's why I like him.
This is what I assume. What would you say most black female rappers rap about?
The same thing most black male rappers rap about.
I disagree.
Why not?
I don't think black male rappers rap about getting fucked and
they do.
And playing niggas for the bag.
Yeah, saying, oh, I'm getting head. That's the same as getting fucked.
No, I would say no. That's not.
Well, that's what I think.
That's a significant difference.
We're talking about. It doesn't matter if they're talking about taking it or.
Oh, it does matter.
Giving it.
Oh, it absolutely. I don't think most male rappers are rapping about prostitution.
He's not rapping about that.
I didn't say he. I'm talking about female rappers.
I mean, I guess.
Do they not?
Like lots of rappers talk about prostitution.
But what I'm saying, do not most female rappers rap about fucking for money?
So do guy rappers.
How?
Like if you say, oh, everything's all on a bitch, which that's very popular, that means you're technically a prostitute.
I've never even heard that saying ever before. Where did that come from?
You've never heard of somebody saying, oh, it's all on a bitch?
No, never heard of it. Where'd it come from?
Oh my gosh. It's just like pimp talk, but people like it's in lots of West Coast rap.
Now, so you look at being a prostitute's manager the same as being a prostitute?
Yeah. I mean, you can't technically, like, nobody's going to give you money unless you're fucking them.
Interesting. So wouldn't you consider it a different job, like if you're having to manage a stable as to just being an employee? So like saying, like, if you are just, working the fries at McDonald's, as opposed to being the manager having to make sure the fries, the drive-through, the burgers are of quality, make sure inventory is correct. Would you consider those the same job as the fry person as the McDonald's manager?
I would think you guys would technically both be a hoe for the owner.
Interesting. But would these still be the same job?
Well, you're not your own boss, so it's like whatever. If you're totally dependent on another person, like you have to convince another person to prostitute themselves, and then you have to sleep with a person that is sleeping with other people that are giving them money just so they'll give you money, and just so you can have clout. You're a prostitute.
Well, people are doing that for free.
Huh?
I said people are doing that for free these days.
Doing what for free?
Fucking other people who are fucking other people. Who are getting stuff from other people and they just fucking them.
But what I'm saying is if you're totally dependent, if you can't eat without me or without someone doing what they have to do, like you're nothing. Like, yeah, you're higher than a prostitute, but you're still a prostitute.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't be able to live without that person.
Okay. So you're saying a prostitute is more powerful than a sex worker manager?
Like, powerful how? They both have nothing. No power.
Okay. So why do you listen to rapping prostitutes?
I told you, I like the music and the beat. I didn't say I love the lifestyle.
But what I'm saying is,
I've never...
if you don't like what they're about and the character of those actual people, why listen to the music?
Why would I care about their character?
What I'm saying is you said that they're both nothing type people, right?
I don't think... What is rapping about prostitution? Like, so what?
So,
that's not all they rap about.
Well, what else do they talk about?
Just like fun stuff.
Prostituting?
Like going out with their friends or,
Are their friends also prostitutes?
No, they talk about relationships.
What kind of relationships?
The relationships they're involved in.
So this mulatto person that you like talks about relationships that she's involved in?
I mean, I'm sure she does, yeah.
Do these relationships involve her receiving financial aid of any kind?
I guess. I mean, I'm not really that big of a fan. I just listen to her music.
What other female rapper do you like besides mulatto?
I like Meg the Stallion. I like... why?
Terrible.
You got a problem with her?
Yeah, I got a problem with it.
Why?
She encourages women to be thoughts.
How does she encourage women to be thoughts?
Doesn't she literally have a song called Thought Shit?
She's not telling you to do it.
Is she glorifying it?
But what does that have to do with you?
I just said my displeasure with her is that she's encouraging people to engage in thoughtish behavior. And then you said that she's not doing it. Then I asked if you were glorifying it. And then you circumvented the question and brought it back to me.
Because people with low self-esteem could always be led. Like if you're not a thought, or if you've been raised well enough, you wouldn't engage in that.
Okay.
But just listening to it's not going to encourage you.
You don't think so? You don't think there's people with low self-esteem who look up to and value these people's opinions? And just because a person has low self-esteem, should they be led in the wrong direction?
But people who would encourage them to do bad things would figure out how to do that to them.
Well, why not encourage them to do good things?
They could listen to Kirk Franklin.
Well,
why are they choosing not to listen to Kirk Franklin and CeCe Winans?
Because the radio is not giving Kirk Franklin the respect he deserves.
But they can go on YouTube or on Apple Music. So, I mean...
But how would they know about Kirk Franklin? Is he getting the same promotion as Thought Shit?
He doesn't need the same promotion. If you think you need saving, or if you think women need saving, then you should be promoting it.
I do promote Kirk Franklin.
I've never once heard you say anything about him.
I promote Kirk Franklin quite often.
Or positive. It doesn't even have to be Kirk Franklin, but any positive music. I've never once heard anybody who's had a problem with it suggest something or promote something different.
I absolutely have. I mean, you've been absent for a while.
No, not constantly.
I have told people I've stopped listening to rap music.
If you're saying the TV and radio are constantly promoting it, then you as an individual should be promoting it just as hard. If that's genuinely how you feel.
I don't have the wide reach of the TV and the radio.
No, you could make a video and constantly upload it if that's genuinely how you felt, instead of just talking about it and using it as a talking point.
I have spoken it often. I said that people should stop listening to rap music because it does nothing good for them. It has no valuable message.
So what do you suggest to do?
I suggest that they listen to audiobooks.
Like what type of audiobooks? Just name 5.
Thomas Sowell. The whole Thomas Sowell collection would be a great place to start.
And what else?
I mean, there's more than 5 collections. 5 there. You got
well, name each individual book in the collection. Just name it.
You got White Liberals and Black Rednecks, Conflict of Visions. You have, let me see, what's the other one? Basic Economics. Huh?
I hear a soft keyboard. I said I hear a soft keyboard.
You hear a soft keyboard?
Soft keyboard sound.
There's no keyboard sound. I have my phone in my hand, and I was Googling the San Francisco schools that were losing funding. Let me you have Cosmic Justice, you have Basic Economics, you have Marxism, you have what's the one I just read? Race and something. Well, it's not Race and Politics, but I mean there's a litany of books. I mean that's more than 5 that I just named.
Sure.
I say,
I'm sure.
What do we got? So, I mean, those are all great books. Those are all great understanding. Those would change if most niggas listen to those books. It would do much more for them than listen to anything Jay-Z or Meg Thee Stallion has ever put out. It would improve their lives significantly if they took the advice.
They're putting out music so they can make money. Who the hell is telling you to live their life by this?
Because niggas
and
are
not
stupid.
raising their children well enough so they're not listening to people they don't know. I mean, I just think that's crazy.
I'm not going to read 5 books refuting soul. I've done that my whole life, Heidi. And then when I found him, it was a godsend. So yes. But yeah. So name me. Well, who you haven't even named me 5 rap artists. Name me 5 rap artists that you listen to.
I listen to Too Short. I listen to Webby, Master P. I listen to Meg Thee Stallion. I listen to Saucy Santana. I listen to Problem. Do you listen to Problem and Bad Luck? I love them. You don't?
I don't listen to rap music. I do not. I have purged.
Do you listen to singers?
What?
Do you listen to like singing, like R&B singers?
No, I don't listen.
Blues?
I don't listen to anything. I do not listen to anything with words anymore.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Why not?
Because words are leading. And so I may be in a different frame of mind and a particular song comes on. It may be some old school R&B. I might be trying to work and be focused, and it might get me in the mood. And then next thing you know, I have to go distract the lady honcho and, you know, dope the kid full of Benadryl or something so that fucking falls asleep.
Oh my.
And then it's all kind of shenanigans and tomfoolery taking place. You know what I mean? So instead of being misled by the devil's music, you know, I choose the time and place in which I want to engage in my own behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, that's neat.
What benefit do you feel like you get from rap music?
I just like the words and the music.
What
I just like that.
What benefit do the words bring? Like, what is it about the words? Is it just rhyming
just that I
sounds?
enjoy hearing them. Yeah, it's like the rhyming sounds.
Okay.
I suppose. I mean, or the wordplay or whatever people are talking about. Are you like, oh my gosh, this rapper writes the beat? I love that shit. No, I don't know. I just like it.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. What would you say your favorite song of all time is?
Oh my gosh. My favorite song of all time is Webby, Come Here Bitch. That is my favorite song ever. Mm-hmm.
Come Here Bitch?
Yes, by Webby.
Tell me about it. Can you recite the lyrics to that song?
I could actually do it word for word, but I am choosing not to.
Okay. Well, we're gonna bring karaoke night back. And whenever
that would be fun.
when we bring karaoke night back, I am making a personal request for you to perform Webby, Come Here Bitch.
If somebody does it with me, maybe.
What? So somebody else has to do the song with you, but it's your favorite song?
Yeah.
What kind of deal is that?
Well, I'm doing it.
You know,
I don't want to.
I went back and I listened to the old karaoke night, and there were some great hits performed that night. So.
Oh my gosh! I know. I sang a song with I think Trail.
Did you? I don't know if did I play. I don't
Did
know.
we rap the song? I think. Yeah, I seriously think we were rapping.
I'm gonna have to go back and finish watching the rest of that video. I think I stopped right around where a couple of songs Miss Cartier did, because she was definitely getting into it. So I'll have to go back and check that out. Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah.
Turn up. Every tear from the oh shit! You mind if I praise the Lord? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just boring and calling in.
Okay. All right. Well, it is about that time, and so I'm going to get ready to wind down. But Miss Ashley, I do thank you for calling in. I am glad that you shared your thoughts with me this evening on terrible rap music and Colin Powell. You know, I didn't get your thoughts on the education system, but we'll have to save that for another time.
Oh, what about the education system?
And did you not watch any of the stream tonight?
I listened to the caller that I think I know who is. He just changed his name, but whatever.
Yes, see, and for those of you who say I do not support the other musics, I will show you guys that I am a fan. But yeah, we talked about a variety of things, but like I said, we'll have to carry that on another evening because it is den ending time, and I'm gonna go get my ass some rest. But I do thank you, Miss Ashley.
Yeah, it was good calling.
Yes.
I guess.
I should hear from you more frequently.
Bring back extended den.
Well, maybe one day. You gotta stay up them ratchet channels. So you've been on the other side. You've been across YouTube MLK. You've been in the YouTube ghettos. You know, causing havoc.
YouTube ghettos. Guess who I always see over there? He's probably gonna get doxxed any day now.
Who is that?
Misty.
Where is Misty? I've been trying to get Misty to come back to the.
Misty is in the black beef sector, and she is probably going to get doxxed pretty soon.
Because I found her old name, or what she's changed her name to, but I have no way of contacting Misty. We need the den will be complete when we get Misty back. Listen, Roger got the info. He don't want to let us know. He's been trying to keep Misty to herself. When Misty returns to the den will be complete because we had a lot of old den folk come back recently, and it's been very entertaining. Like I said, I know her channel name and her YouTube name and all that shit, but I have no way of making contact. So if you see Ghetto Misty, tell her she needs to return to the den. Honcho needs to speak to her.
Yeah, I had seen her on somebody's live, and I told her to shut the fuck up. And then she got off the live. Yeah.
Terrible. Oh, Misty from Alabama. That's funny.
God.
That's really, really fucking funny.
Trash. I just cannot get over her sending in pictures, like talking big shit. And then she sends in pictures and she looks like a meth head.
Terrible. Terrible things.
That was so funny. Like the nerve of her.
Hey, look, Misty was bold with it. You know, there have been some individuals in the den that's been here a while that have never seen Misty came in, kicked the door in. Y'all gonna see me.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. Well, anyways, good night.
Good night, Miss Ashley. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
But yes, Miss Thang, Maria did come back. Maria was kicking it with us for a little while, and then she got then she she got mad when I wouldn't talk about that Gabby chick. I think I don't know shit about Gabby. I wasn't for the. There's just certain things I can't just jump on because everybody else is talking about it. You know, it's very unfortunate what happened to her, but it's. I just be sitting here talking about, yeah, this Gabby girl, something bad happened to her. That sucks. Like, I would definitely not be. I wouldn't be interested in talking about it. So I didn't get into that. But I don't know, Misty be always talking some shit and she be riled up. I had the stream where she dropped the N-bomb. I had it saved. I think it might still be in my bookmarks. I had saved it before everything. I fucked a bunch of shit up and I had to delete and restart everything. But I think it's still. I think it's still there. So I'm gonna have to see. See, I tell you, around I was being in YouTube MLK. There's a ghetto side of YouTube, right? Like I'm on this side of the track. Like sometimes I go over there and buy barbecue in ghetto YouTube. I cross MLK and go buy some barbecue over there. So sometimes, y'all might see me in ghetto YouTube land. Most of the time I stay on my side of the tracks. I'm right there. I'm like the next block over from MLK. That's like where the den is. The den is like a hole in the wall club right near the YouTube hood. You know what I'm saying? We're not all the way in there, bitch. We trying to work our way of moving away from that shit. But I'm like right there by the fucking YouTube hood. So that shit was I have that thing because I haven't watched it all because I seen in the comments Miss Grace was like, did Misty drop the N-word? That's fucking crazy. Yeah, those channels will get you. But niggas love those channels, dog. Black folks love the beef. This is what I'm saying. It's all this shit that they try to push as race and through education and all this. It comes down to one fucking word, and that one word is culture. And culture is not necessarily a racial thing. It's culture, the culture you choose to have within your family, the culture you choose to have within yourself. But if you want to look at the African American culture, it is not, education is not a part of that. Education is not a part of black culture. It's like not revered in black culture. Niggas care more about it you can do. You get more props for doing the damn electric slide than you will for having a fucking degree in black American culture. That's like the truth. That's basically what it is. So, but with that being said, trying to produce, I'm going to bed. If somehow somebody else see that gaming channel pop up, it wasn't me. I'm going to sleep. I'm thinking I need to. Someone with a popular channel, I've seen them see wasn't shit. God, terrible. That's unfortunate. That's niggas for you. I'm telling you, that motherfuckers be like, they don't fuck with you. They fuck with you. Well, some attention and some popularity over there with you. But then as soon as you clock out or you fall off, niggas is on your ass. They like fucking hyenas, bro. Like the fucking Houston sports media. All right. I'm gone. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Tomorrow night, same time. Well, 15 minutes early, I'll be on time and all that good stuff. So, yeah.